What's going on, y'all? This Master Teacher of Attraction back with another video. And in this video, I wanted to talk about certain women stressing certain men out because it just comes down to this one thing. It's because they're disinterested in that dude. Okay. And I also made another video talking about how some women are into the penis envy of wanting to be a man and not being in line with within the nature that was God given to them. Okay. But in this one, we're talking about the stress that they knowingly put on certain men and things like that in their life. And pretty much letting you know that, you don't want to be that. Okay. So many of men have been in the crossfires of a woman's and certain women uh, manipulation tactic weapons. Okay. This could be in a form of constantly, constantly disagreeing with every single thing that you say. It used to be a song that comes on the 80 stations, uh, and pretty much, let me see if I can get the lyrics going. Now that I know you was thought I was right, telling me why when I thought it was black. Wait, telling me that it was black when I thought it was white.
Alright, you guys, I wanted to show y'all the song right here. I do not own the rights to this song. This is credits to Genesis. That's all.
Just as I thought it was going alright, I found out I'm wrong when I thought I was right. It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all.
Listen to the lyrics.
I could say day and you'd say night. Tell me it's black when I know that it's white. Always the same, it's just a shame, and that's all. I could leave but I won't go, though my heart might tell me so. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. But why does it always seem to be me looking at you with you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. Turning me on, turning me off, making me feel like I want too much. Leaving with you's just to putting me through it all of the time. Running around, staying out all night, taking it all instead of taking one bite. Living with you's just to putting me through it all of the time. But I could leave, but I won't go. Well, it'd be easier, I know.
Listen.
I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. But why does it always seem to be me looking at you, you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. Truth says I love you more than I wanted to. There's no point in trying to pretend. There's been no one who makes me feel like you do. Say we'll be together to the end.
Alright. Back to the lesson.
You guys can see, like, this ain't new stuff. This is something that one of the tools that women use on dudes that they don't like, and why it's so important to be able to read women, okay, and their behaviors, and know why they're doing certain things in relation to you. Okay. So very important, very important. And it's a lot of dudes. You can look at suicidal rates. It's a lot of dudes out here in relationships with women. And that's how I know. And I've even had, women tell me, I've heard from dudes that sleep with dudes, wives and things like that. Some of the conversations that their wives will say, yeah, I just, use him for XYZ, and then, I get that good from you. Okay. This is how. So what's happening with them is a dual relationship, and that's how they view it with certain men because they can't get everything from a certain man, so they get what they can from this man, and y'all the husband or the wife, or y'all the husband, y'all be acting like the wife, and then your your sex appeal ain't really in its ideal range because you need Cialis and you need little blue pills, right? So she goes to somebody where they're they hidden, they hidden and where you ain't hidden, and it's not because of any size of a certain appendage on the male body. Okay, it's all about the sex appeal, and part of that sex appeal is uh, are your hormonal levels on point? Your mentality, how you think is connected to the food you eat. Okay, that's why a lot of children. Side note, that's why a lot of children have ADHD because they eating a whole bunch of these sugar cereals, and they're also getting in the minds of the parents saying it's most of these cereals are being promoted by Healthy Heart Foundation. That's a damn lie. Ain't nothing. How you gonna say it's healthy for your heart, and then say in another article that sugar is bad for your heart? But that was a little mini rant. But back to the women using manipulation mind tactics. Y'all gotta understand, since most of the time women are not gonna overpower a man physically, they try to hit y'all mentally. So that's why they always come at y'all like they yeah, y'all their son. Like sometimes you may not get the door for her, and then she asks, "Well, you're not a gentleman." She'll say little things like that. It's a little slick shit. So what happens next is very important. Do you allow that to happen? And how you allow that to happen doesn't even mean you don't go and hit her, or don't go hitting her or anything. Don't go hitting women with stupid little stuff like that. Okay. What I'm talking to is, are you going to stay and not say anything about that? What we like to call by the campfire, checking a bitch. Okay. Or we can just say checking her. Okay. But no matter what you want to call it, you got to let her know, hey, you don't talk to me that way. Because you gotta understand, most women are dealing with males that did not finish puberty all the way. So they're still acting like boys in grown man bodies. It don't matter if they're 6'7", 300 pounds. You be seeing LeBron, run up and down crying. This man almost 40, and he be crying on some foul shots, running up and down the court.
Alright, y'all. So right there is when the camera started tweaking and it just shut off while I was talking. I guess it was due to me talking about LeBron. But I wanted to at least add the important part in from this conversation and video. I got a story to tell. Okay. So back when I was first, getting my feet wet with learning about women and dating in general, it was this woman, and her name, I will say, her name is Dane. Okay. And Dane used to, Dane had me in the friend zone most of the time. And I was unaware of what a friend zone was. So she was treating me a little certain ways. And so it was this one time I was trying to see her, and she was not responsive or receptive to me seeing her. So she was kind of giving me the runaround. So one day she said, you know what, I can kind of use a ride. without me, kind of seeing it. Hindsight is 2020. But at the time, I was like, oh, she finally giving me a chance to see her. So she was saying, pick me up from, I guess she was having like this little class or something. And she was with her friend. So this was around Lakeshore on the north side of Chicago. Um, so I ride out there. Keep in mind, this was like an hour away from where I was too. So I drove out there and I was having trouble with the GPS trying to find her. So eventually I come around to find her. And she kind of had like this stank attitude aura around her because she was irritated with having to wait due to Google having issues with the location that she was giving me. So we walking down the street, right? And they trying to figure out what they gonna do. Cause at this time I wasn't good at solidifying a plan of action and relaying that to her and giving her instructions beforehand. So this is the type of stuff you end up with if you're not acting masculine. So we just walking down the sidewalk. Her and her friend trying to figure out what they gonna do, what her friend is gonna do. And then she just got mad and started yelling at me like I'm her son. Like how a mother would yell at a disobedient child on the sidewalk of the street with a whole bunch of people walking. Okay, keep in mind this is Chicago, so it's people that walk on the sidewalks. She's yelling at me like she just ain't got no type of respect for me. Okay, now keep in mind this wasn't the only thing she did. And what did I do? I stayed and allowed it to happen. Now I walked back to my car after that, and I said nothing. And I just started walking back to my car. And then the bitch started following me. Okay. And then she started lightening up because I started withdrawing my attention from the situation. I just acted like the bitch wasn't there. But see, what we can learn from that lesson is that wasn't the first time that she did some slick shit like that. I should have nipped it in the bud beforehand so it wouldn't get to that point where she felt like she can do that in public and try to chastise me. Okay? Because the other reason women did this with me specifically is because they perceive me as handsome and even look better than them as a woman, which don't make no sense to me. But they think that I look better than them as a woman and I'm a man. Like, there's no comparison, but that's how they viewed it. So they like, oh yeah, I can talk slick shit to this handsome dude and I can get brownie points because I'm able to do that. I got him on the leash like that. That's how they think. Okay. So another thing she did beforehand that I should have nipped in the bud was when she was over my place. She was sitting in my lap, and one of the dudes that she was talking to, you know, called her up. She answered that phone, and she just started talking to old boy, you know, about what they gonna do and all this stuff here. And this ain't no friend based on the conversation that they having. And she having this conversation in front of me. And then she said some slick shit. Yeah, I'm with somebody. Yeah, he right here. What did I do when the bullshit start to happen? I sat right there and I peeped game, but I didn't check her on it. I should have said something and changed my course of action. See, I still allowed her to be in my presence, in my place of establishment. Okay? And it should have never went on that long. And as this was happening, my stress levels was increasing along with the stress that I was getting at work, because at that time I was a veterinary technician, and the work environment was very stressful. So to go out of that and enter into another stressful situation with this woman was very bad on my psyche. Uh, Actually, after she said, you know what, I'm gonna stop dealing with this dude and just stop talking to him. She she just stopped talking to me. So after that, I went through a spiraling mental depression. Like, it was bad. And then I started watching stuff like Coach Corey Wayne. Like, Coach Corey Wayne, that's why I ain't got nothing bad to say about this man, no matter what he's saying, because he helped me up out of a dark place into where I can get into my own level of game and gain experience and learn these things. So I can learn it from my own perspective and be able to teach you guys from the situations that I was in before. So that stress could have killed me if I was like 30, if I was 40, 50. All those years of stress could have killed me. And some of these women do not give a damn, and they know exactly what they're doing. So that's why you cannot allow it to keep happening, because it's only going to get worse. So that's why y'all don't want to keep dealing with women that's making it hard to get with them, or making it hard, just make you jump through hoops. As soon as you see a jumping hoop, you need to go ahead and end the situation. It is many dudes dying of heart attacks and stress related diseases out here that are due to being with the wrong woman or women. Okay? So please understand what I'm saying in this video. Even though the video cut off, I still wanted to relay these stories with you guys so you guys can learn from it. But all right, y'all don't forget to check out the Last Damn Guide to Weight Management so you can make sure that you can actually move on to some women after you get out these disrespectful situations with the disrespectful ones. So you can get some ones that actually like you in a sexual way, and then she actually start to listen to you, and you can start to lead her, and you can lead yourself because you have experience within your own life. All right, all that starts from your diet. Okay, so I'm gonna always point you guys back to that Last Damn Guide to Weight Management. Peace. I also wanted to add that, like, 6 years later, when I've already moved on to other women, this lady named Dane reached back out and called me out of the blue, which means that she saved my number that whole time. And she ended up apologizing for what she did, and pretty much confessing that she knew what she was doing. So I just want you guys to understand that women know what they're doing when they're disrespecting you and causing stress and strife on your life.
So if you want to stop getting lied to about weight loss, nutrition, anything about it, remember to hit that like button down beneath this video. Go purchase the course if you want it all in an organized fashion, so you ain't got to look all over my channel for the information. Or if you don't want to do that, go ahead and watch another video on my channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell.